Embracing Stoicism, a journey to lasting fulfillment and inner peace. Have you ever wondered why, despite the abundance of advice on living our best lives, we still grapple with feelings of inadequacy, anxiety, and unfulfillment? It's as though we're all on this relentless quest for happiness, yet it often feels just out of reach. This conundrum reminds me of a powerful Stoic idea. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Think about that for a moment. How many of our worries, fears, and what-ifs never actually come to pass, yet they weigh on us, shaping our reality more than the actual events of our lives? Today we're diving deep into this concept, not just to philosophize about life's complexities, but to uncover practical Stoic strategies that can help us navigate our modern world's challenges. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that emphasizes virtue, wisdom, and control over one's emotions, has surprisingly relevant solutions for our contemporary lives. It teaches us that while we can't always control what happens to us, we have the power to control our reactions and to find strength and contentment from within. So, if you're tired of feeling like happiness is a distant shore, or if you're just curious about how ancient wisdom can be applied to modern life's hustle and bustle, you're in the right place. Let's explore together how to build a life not just of fleeting pleasures, but of lasting fulfillment and peace, a life where challenges don't unsettle us because we're anchored in something deeper. Stay tuned as we uncover timeless Stoic principles that promise not just to change the way you think, but the way you live. The garden of your life. Imagine your life as a beautiful, intricate garden. You're the gardener here. While it's wonderful to have visitors, friends, family, significant others, remember this garden is fundamentally yours. It's your sanctuary, your creation, and your responsibility. Now, what happens if you start focusing all your attention on one single visitor, neglecting the flowers, the trees, and the rest of the garden? The beauty fades, the plants wither, and your garden loses its essence. Stoicism teaches us about the importance of self-reliance and inner tranquility. By depending too heavily on someone else for our happiness or sense of worth, we give away our power and destabilize our inner garden. It doesn't mean we shouldn't love deeply or care passionately. On the contrary, it means we should love from a place of strength, not dependency. It's about cherishing others while maintaining our self-sufficiency and inner peace. Consider the Stoic concept of focusing on what's within our control. Your thoughts, your choices, your responses. These are your domain. When you make someone else the center of your universe, you place your happiness in their hands, something you can't control. It's a precarious position that can lead to disappointment and heartache. Implementing self-reliance. How do you implement this rule? It starts with a mindset shift. Recognize your worth and your capacity for self-fulfillment. Cultivate your interests, nurture your talents, and take responsibility for your happiness. When you do this, not only do you become more resilient, but your relationships also become more balanced and healthy. You engage with others from a position of abundance, not lack. Don't make someone the most important thing in your life because you are the most important person in your life. Not in a narcissistic way, but in a profoundly self-respecting way. Love others, enjoy their company, share your journey, but never lose sight of your own path. After all, a strong, content, and self-reliant individual makes the best friend, partner, and family member because they interact with the world not out of neediness but out of wholeness. That's the Stoic way, and it's a path to deeper satisfaction and more meaningful connections. The power of introspection and self-containment. In our digital age of oversharing, where every thought and moment seems to be broadcasted, there's a refreshing, almost rebellious allure to retaining a bit of mystery. Think about your favorite book or movie. Part of what draws you in is the unfolding, the gradual revelation of characters and stories. Now apply that to yourself. You are a narrative in progress, a composition of thoughts, experiences, and dreams. When you keep some things to yourself, you invite others to tune in, to engage, to wonder, and to participate actively in the unfolding of your story. Stoicism teaches us about the power of introspection and self-containment. The Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "He who does not wish to be overly known has more time to reflect." By holding back a little, you create a space for self-reflection and personal growth. You're not a reality show broadcasted 24/7, but a selective sharing of your life's episodes, chosen with thought and intention. Practicing selective sharing. Being mysterious doesn't mean being deceptive or elusive. It's about discerning what you share and with whom. It's recognizing that your personal journey, your inner thoughts, and your deepest reflections need not be public domain. They are your sacred space, your inner citadel, as the Stoics would say. When you safeguard that space, you not only maintain your dignity and self-respect, but you also cultivate a persona that intrigues and attracts. People are naturally drawn to those who possess depth, those who are like uncharted territories waiting to be discovered. Start small. Next time you're about to share something, pause and ask, is this for me to keep or is it to share? Respect your own privacy as you would respect others. Cultivate your inner world, your personal projects, hobbies, and reflections, without feeling the need to exhibit everything. Remember, a little mystery goes a long way in fostering respect, curiosity, and engagement in the dance of communication. The wisdom in listening and observing. If you're always leading, always initiating, you might miss out on the subtle cues and rhythms of the other person. It's like being a musician so focused on playing your own tune that you don't notice the orchestra around you. The Stoics remind us that there's wisdom in listening, in observing, and in allowing space for others to come forward. They teach us that our actions, including our communications, should be intentional and mindful, not reactive or driven by the need for validation or fear of silence. Cultivating intentional communication. Think about it. When you're always the first to reach out, you might inadvertently place yourself in a position of waiting for a reply, for acknowledgement, for reciprocation. This can create an imbalance, not just in the relationship, but in your own mind, fostering a sense of dependency or even insecurity. Stoicism encourages us to find contentment within ourselves, to be self-sufficient and at peace, even in solitude. By not always initiating, you practice this independence. You allow yourself the opportunity to be approached, to be sought out, and in doing so, you cultivate your own sense of self-worth and autonomy. Moreover, when you step back a bit, you offer others the chance to step up. Relationships, after all, are two-way streets. They require mutual effort and engagement. By not always being the one to start the conversation, you create a space for the other person to express their interest and investment in the relationship. This can lead to a more balanced, reciprocal dynamic where both parties feel valued and heard. Applying intentional communication. Begin by observing your own communication patterns. Notice when the impulse to reach out is driven by habit or anxiety, rather than a genuine desire to connect. When you feel that urge, take a moment, pause, and give the other person space to come forward. Engage in your own interests and activities. Immerse yourself in your thoughts or your work, and allow communication to arise naturally, without force or expectation. The Stoics were big on the concept of living virtuously, being just, temperate, courageous, and wise. These aren't just lofty ideals. They're practical guides for how we show up in the world. When you cultivate a presence grounded in these virtues, you naturally exude a sense of respect and dignity. People are drawn to those who know themselves, who are unwavering in their principles, and who act with consistency and integrity. Building a presence of respect and dignity. How do you build this kind of presence? It starts with self-awareness. Know your values, your principles, and your goals. Reflect on the kind of person you want to be and how you want to be remembered. Then bring those reflections into your daily actions. Be the person who listens intently, who speaks thoughtfully, and who acts with purpose. Show up fully, whether in a conversation, a project, or a casual interaction. Be fully present and engaged, offering your undivided attention and respect to the moment and the people around you. Practicing self-control and discipline. Additionally, Stoicism teaches us about the power of self-control and discipline. Cultivate these traits within yourself. When you demonstrate mastery over your impulses and reactions, you command respect. It's the calm in the storm, the steady hand, and the clear mind that people are often drawn to, especially in times of chaos and uncertainty. But remember, this isn't about putting on a facade or playing a role. It's about being authentically you, just the best version of you. It's about aligning your outer actions with your inner values and, in doing so, inspiring others to recognize and respect your authenticity and integrity. In practical terms, start small. Practice patience in moments of frustration. Offer kindness when it's easier to be indifferent. Show up for people when they need you. Over time, these actions accumulate, shaping how others see you and, more importantly, how you see yourself. Cherishing your time and being present. This concept is deeply resonant, especially in today's fast-paced, always connected world. It speaks to the Stoic principle of valuing and making the most of our fleeting time, understanding that every moment is precious and should not be squandered. Practical steps to avoid wasting time. 1. Be selective with your time. When someone reaches out to you for a date or an outing, don't feel compelled to say yes immediately. Evaluate how this person and this event align with your values and your current priorities. It's okay to be discerning and to choose engagements that genuinely enrich your life. 2. Set boundaries. Establish clear boundaries about your availability and your personal space. Communicate these boundaries kindly but firmly. This not only respects your own time, but also sets a precedent for how others should treat it. 3. Embrace solitude and self-reflection. Allocate time for yourself to reflect, to read, to meditate, or to engage in activities that nurture your soul. This self-investment can provide clarity about what and who is truly worth your time. 4. Practice mindfulness. Be fully present in whatever you do. Whether you're working, socializing, or relaxing, immerse yourself fully. This presence enhances the quality of your experiences and makes you more attuned to the value of your time. The deeper impact of valuing your time. When you cherish your time, you communicate to yourself and to others that your life is valuable and meaningful. You demonstrate self-respect and self-worth, which naturally attracts respect from others. People will see that you are someone who values quality over quantity, depth over superficiality, and purpose over aimlessness. Moreover, valuing your time helps you build a life filled with intentional actions and meaningful relationships. It encourages you to invest in activities and people that truly matter, fostering a sense of fulfillment and purpose. It also shields you from the exhaustion and dissatisfaction that often come from spreading yourself too thin or engaging in unfulfilling pursuits. In conclusion, the Stoic principles of self-reliance, introspection, intentional communication, self-control, and valuing one's time offer a powerful framework for navigating modern life's complexities. By internalizing and applying these principles, you can cultivate a life of deeper satisfaction, meaningful relationships, and lasting inner peace. So, embrace these ancient wisdoms and start living a life that truly resonates with your authentic self.